Good morning. It is Thursday, the 22nd of December. It's going to be my last sharing with you until next year as I head off tomorrow on a short little bit of vacation. Today I want to focus on a few of the passages or words from the passage from the Old Testament, part of our reading this morning from morning prayer, and it's Isaiah chapter 29, verses 13 to the end of that chapter. And here Isaiah makes a wonderful, incredible statement where he says God will take the wisdom of the wise and simply turn it upside down. Those who consider themselves intelligent will discover that they actually know very little. And there's, for me, perhaps two explanations to this. Number one, even in our wisest moments, we do not and still cannot fully comprehend God. So even when we are quite wise, we still get it wrong. The other point, perhaps, is that those who consider themselves wise and intelligent may carry with them a degree of, or a lack of humility. And so in their cleverness, they think they are clever. In their wisdom, they think they are intelligent, and yet they get it wrong. And so those who, in a sense, know that they're not wise and are open to correction and understand that God is so much bigger than whatever it is we can imagine, those who perhaps then are humble will be proven right. Not because they know all of that knowledge, but because their heart is in the right place and they acknowledge that God is just so much bigger than our understanding or even our imagination. And so it brings me then to this little conclusion. Do you think you're wise? Do you think you know everything? Do you have those answers to portions of Scripture? I have met some folk who are convinced that their interpretation of the words of Jesus in the Gospels, or the book of Revelation in particular, that they have the final word from God, and that even God himself perhaps will be absolutely unable to put even an extra comma or full stop and add anything of substance to their theory because they just know. And there's a sense in which I chuckle because whilst I like to know and I want to know, I must always, and I suggest you too, we must always have that humility that says, at the end of the day, even if we think we're wise or we become rather boastful of how wise we are, we'll be proven to be unwise. Our intelligence will be a little bit of dumbness almost in the face of God and his wisdom and his intelligence. And so we don't demean ourselves or belittle ourselves, but we have that humility that understands that God is bigger and God's words and meanings are so much more than we understand. It doesn't stop us from seeking. I believe we need to seek. Think about the magi, the wise men. A bit of an oxymoron, my wife says to me, wise men. We don't know that it's three, but certainly having three wise men altogether is definitely an oxymoron, she says. Either way, they came seeking the truth. Are we going to be wise people, seeking the truth and knowing that we will never fully understand everything? Folks, something to think about, and we'll chat again next year. Have a wonderful Christmas, and those who are traveling, please do travel safely. God bless.